Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be talking about why we get unhealthily attached to people. Ooh, this is a big topic. This is a big one. I'm still trying to figure out, but I've gotten some glimpses of what it might be, so I'm going to talk about them. Now, people talk a lot about why we get unhealthily attached to someone is because we're trying to escape ourselves. I haven't understood that until now. I think now I'm finally understanding it. So I'm going to explain to you what that means because I've read it so many times and it sounds good, it sounds right, it sounds like whatever, but I've never been able to get an example to really understand it. So I'm now going to dive into that with examples and try to explain it in a way that actually makes sense and you can probably understand it and apply it to your life instead of just having this superficial, oh, you're trying to escape yourself. I'm like, what does that even mean? And yes, I mean, something is wrong somewhere, but I don't know what it is. So okay, and so that's one reason I believe that we get unhealthily attached to people. And the other reason is we they are giving us something we think we can only get from them. So if we so in my case, I feel many times I get unhealthily attached to people because I feel that I can only grow with certain people. I feel that I can only grow with them because they're so much smarter than me, or they're so much farther ahead on the journey that I want, for example, the spiritual journey or the personal growth journey or whatever, that I feel like they are the only people who can help me out of that, and I cannot do it. I cannot find another way apart from them, other than them, because I've spent my whole life and I've not been able to find anybody else who can help me, and they are the only ones who can help me. So I get attached to them. I'm like, I need you. I need you for my growth, and I can't do without you. And so that is one of the reasons. The second reason, and for you, it might be something else. Whatever you feel that you need and you can only get from them, then it could be anything. It could be just love. I mean, you've never felt this way before with anybody else, or it's very rare if you have. And they're the only people who get you. Maybe that's what you feel. You feel like what you can get from them is the feeling of being understood, and there's nobody else that can do that, so you unhealthily attach to them. Because unhealthily meaning prematurely, before they are not attached to you, you're falling for somebody. Maybe let's say you're falling for a guy, and the guy is not interested in you in that way, and he's not making strides towards you, he's not claiming you, he's not making any commitment towards you, but you're attached to him prematurely, something like that. Okay, so yes, the second part I have sort of addressed. Let me talk about the second part first and finish that, and then go to the first part because that's a little more complicated. Okay, so the second part, when you feel like you can only get something from them and you cannot get it from anywhere else, that is coming from a feeling of I have experienced. My experience has shown me that this is all I can get. This is all I'm capable of getting, and there can't be anything else, or if there is, it's not accessible to me, and I am getting a lot of what I need from that person. And I need that person, so I need them to like me, so I will do whatever I can. I will go out of my way to make them like me. And that might look different to different people. Some people might um, look beautiful. They might go in onto their physical thing. Oh, they'll like me if I look beautiful, if I paint my nails, if I do my hair every time I meet them, if I take 2 hours getting dressed, something, or whatever, if I feel like that's what that they'll like me for. Or in my case, because I felt like they need I want them, I would go into this thing of like, I am very I'm going to open up too much about myself. I'm going to overshare. I'm going to tell them everything that I can about myself in order to make them see that um, I am capable of these good things. So I'll tell them all the good things about myself as well as the bad things. So I'm like, okay, so now they know who I am and they can choose me if they want to. But I'm giving them like everything. I'm giving them all of who I am. But that's over giving and oversharing, right? That's over. Um, if the person is not matched where you are. The person is not giving you anything. I mean, in general, men give less than women in terms of vulnerability, of course, and we can't expect them to give the same, but they do. I mean, it's not zero, right? Or it's not, I mean, there is a certain extent, and some people will give more than the others naturally. But there is still, you can see when there is a imbalance in the sharing, the amount of sharing that you're doing. If you're just opening up with everything about yourself and just giving everything about yourself, and the person is not matching at all, that means that you're wanting something from that, and what you're wanting is like you're saying, I'll give you intimacy, so you give me intimacy, so that you feel compelled to give me intimacy back, or something like that. But um, you're forcing yourself, so at the end of the day you're left feeling empty, and you're left feeling sad because you've given so much and of yourself, of your personal life, and the person has not given you that. You've given so much trust, and the person has not given you that trust, or any amount of that trust, right? um, yes, men will reciprocate in a lighter way than women, but they will reciprocate, or and women do lead with this emotional vulnerability. But yes, when you're overdoing it, and you'll get to know, because when how you'll get to know is when you're giving and the man is receiving it and appreciating it and valuing it and giving in return whatever he is giving in return, then you will feel good about it. But when you're giving a lot and you feel empty and drained at the end of it, then you'll know that you're over giving, because the man is not valuing it or appreciating it. Even if the man acknowledges that, yes, you're giving me a lot and I'm not able to give you, you still feel drained because it's not making any sense. um, okay, um, so the way to handle it is simply start to become aware. This is these are subtle things, these take practice. This may take a long time. This is not an easy thing to do. It's not an instant thing to do by any stretch of the imagination, but you do it. And you start to practice, you start to notice, okay, I'm feeling drained at the end of this conversation. It means I'm over giving. And why am I over giving? Am I wanting this person to like me? Am I trying to impress this person? Am I trying to tell this person things that are good about me so that the person will like me? If I am doing that, then the way to handle it is simply not do that for a while, even though you want to do it, even though there's this that I got to tell him, like you've got to pull back. So that's okay. So that's thing. You just basically start to be aware of it and start to withdraw from that. Sit on your hands if you have to not pick up the phone to call or text or something. Just sit on your hands and say no. If I'm going to feel drained at the end of it, then I don't want this. This is not worth it. Okay, now the first thing, which is a little bit trickier, we're doing it because we're escaping ourselves. Now that one is ooh, that one's a doozy. Okay. We many times we don't feel completely confident within ourselves that we're leading our lives in the way we want to lead our lives. We're not feeling that we're doing enough in ourselves. We're not following our diet that we want to. We're not following our jobs or businesses in the way we want to. We're not, whatever. We're not building friendships. We're not going out. Whatever it is that is. That you feel that you are lacking somewhere. If you feel you're lacking somewhere, then many times you might want to be with someone and have them prove to you or tell you, no, you're not lacking somewhere. Oh, this one's tricky because you have to figure that out on your own, that you're doing this. You're trying to attach to someone so that you can get that validation from them. And that you're not giving it yourself, because it's not easy. It's not been easy for me to tell that I'm not giving that validation to myself and that I'm feeling it. And the way I figured out, and this is what might help you. This is how the examples really help, right? The way I managed to figure out was on the days that I was doing really well, on the days that I actually felt really good about myself, and I felt like I'm on a good path, I'm on a good long-term path, not just that one day, but I'm on a good long-term path, and I have a thing, and I'm making progress. And when I got circumstantial power because the external world was validating what I was doing, when I felt that, then I didn't feel the need to contact this person, or be, be attached to this person. Then I felt like I can leave, I can be okay, I'll be okay on my own. That's the feeling. So when you start to feel that way, when you start to have good days, give yourself, like, push yourself maybe for a day or two, or a week or two, or something, to do something consistently, and to do something well, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever, wherever you feel you're lacking in your life, basically do that. And then see how you feel, and whether you actually want to be with that person, or whether you want to attach to that person or not. If it's a healthy attachment, then the person is going to make strides towards you, and you are going to want that person from a place of, even when you're feeling really good about yourself, even more when you're feeling good about yourself. But if it's unhealthy attachment, then you're trying to escape yourself, and then you're trying to find something from the other person that you're not able to give yourself. It's tricky to find that. It's tricky to even know that something like that is happening. It's so subtle. But one of the things that I do, and you can do whatever works for you, but I pray. And when I pray, I ask God, please help me understand what is going on. Please help me understand how to detach. Please help me understand. Please help me detach, or please help me do whatever the right thing is. Please help me do whatever would make you happy. I've switched from the right thing to make you happy. Sometimes I go back to the right thing because it feels easier than saying to do whatever makes you happy. Um, but yeah, either way, I pray, and that helps me because and then another trick that I learned yesterday, actually, from this mentor, that of my spiritual mentor that I was talking to, and she said that you can say, please help me understand, whenever you think I'm ready for it. So take the problem that you have, put it in an imaginary box, lock it, and throw the key away. Okay. Take it's a you can even probably put, she said imaginary box, but you can probably get a physical box and write the problem and take it and put the key somewhere else. Write them, do that, and then pray that I have this problem, please help me understand it whenever you feel I'm ready for it. That's it. And you just forget about it, you leave it in that moment, and trust that you will find the answer at the right time, when God thinks that you're ready for it. Or you can say universe, or whatever you want to, or whenever your own brain thinks, however you want to put it, but you can say something like that. So that will help. But yes, so basically start to be aware. Am I escaping something? Maybe ask this question to yourself. If I were doing so and so, like whatever really good thing that you want to be doing, whatever your dreams are, if I was doing that, would I still want him? And your answer might still be yes in that moment. I know my answer would be yes. In that moment, I would think that it's yes, because I want to believe that this person is it, and that my attachment to this person is healthy, and my attachment to this person is pure, and I want to believe that. So I might delude myself into thinking that the answer is yes. So that might not actually work. But just notice yourself more on the good days, and notice your intuition on the bad days as well. Just be aware. What is your heart telling you? Is this healthy, or is this not healthy? And if this is not healthy, then yes, it's easy to say, I know this is not healthy. I absolutely am certain this is not healthy. I've known it for a year and I don't know what to do about it. So in that case also, you just pray. The only thing you can do is pray and work, like just be aware. Yes, I understand that I'm doing this, and we have so much compassion and love for yourself. So much compassion and love for yourself, because this is just where you are. Just like you would have for another person. If you're talking to a friend and they're saying this, right, that's what we want. We want a friend, we want someone else to say to us, no, you're okay, it's totally fine. So you say to yourself, no, it's okay, you're totally fine, right? You say this to yourself, and you just keep saying, and you trust that you will get over it. And there is no one right solution, like whatever, right? Or at least I don't know one. If you know one, please tell me. But it is a journey that we have to go through, and it is actually a good journey. It is an actually beautiful journey, even though it feels very, very painful in that moment. And it's like, I want to be over this. I want to be over this right now. This is so painful. Please help me get over it. Yeah, I mean, through that, if you understand, even while feeling all of that, if you understand, this is actually good for me, this is actually going to help me heal, this is actually going to help me get closer to God, when I work through this, however long it takes, and this pain is okay. I'm not afraid of this pain. It's okay. It is necessary for me to go through, because the more you dive into that pain, the more you dive into that loneliness, the more you feel it, the more you let yourself be in it, the more you let yourself sit in it, however long it takes, years if that's what it takes, decades if that's what it takes, just however long it takes. The more you accept yourself, yes, this is where I am, and it's okay, I can handle it. It is painful, it is extremely painful, but it is okay, I can handle it, and God is going to get me out of this at some point. As long as the more you keep repeating to yourself this, God is going to help me get out of this, and this is going to make me stronger at the end of it, and it will get over. However long it takes, it is okay, I can handle it. God is helping me handle it. The faster you will get over it, and however long it takes, it's okay, right? You just know that the other side of it is a good side. The side of it after you've walked through it. You don't bury. You don't run away from it. You dive into it. You absolutely dive into the pain, and you're like, yes, I accept this pain. Okay. I hope this helped. I wish you a day filled with lots and lots of personal and spiritual growth. Radhe Radhe.